Yeah, hello all. Good evening. Uh, Let us start. So hope all of you. I guess yesterday we completed joins, right? So that means introduction of the joins. Is it? So basically, what is join? Hope it is clear for you. Is it? So now today, let us explore more on this joins actually. Okay. So here you can see nothing is there. Uh, So giants, the mainly, don't worry about all these giants actually. These are some of them theoretically there and some of them basing on the database technology, they are existed actually. So like, is my voice clear to everyone? My voice and I shared already screen. Hope I guess screen is also you're able to see. Yeah, fine. Now let us continue. So now here, if you see the inner join and outer join, so nothing is there in these two. In the inner join, theta join, equi join, natural join, and self join is there. Okay. Uh, all these are very simple things actually. Let us see. So theta join. So theta join meaning is theta join allows you to merge two tables basing on the condition represented by theta actually. So what is that condition? So yesterday we seen with equal actually. Is it or not? So for example, select star from EMPE. So E is a alias name as I told. Okay. And DEPT is D. Alias name for the DEPT table, D is the alias name. Now, where what you are putting a condition E dot DEPT number equal to D dot DEPT number. Okay. So here you can see here we are giving a condition equal. Got it or not? So that is what Equi Join here in the last slide. That's it. Nothing is there. Okay. And here instead of not only the equal operator, you can place less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to. All these are the theta join coming under theta join actually. Okay. So that is what this output we already see. So syntactic error. So what is the error? Try to identify. What is the error? Yes. Okay. Why? I guess even if you give space also it will come. Let us see again. Okay. Here if you give space, it is coming. But if we didn't change anything, right? Okay. So sometimes it will happen. So now you can see that is what the equi join. And instead of the equal, if you place the less than, so then that will become theta join actually. So yeah, other operators also you can use. That is what it is mentioned here. Okay. So it is denoted by theta. That is theoretical concept. Don't worry about that. Okay. Uh, Now equi join. So that is what actually. Just a minute. So this is okay. Now what you will do is here the data is there. Here the data is there, and here we have a query. Okay. So try to write down query for this statement actually. Yeah, please try to write down. Comment on the chat box quickly. Read the statement. Display roll numbers who got more than 50 marks for any subject. So not only the roll number, display roll number and course name. That means C name. Okay. Now try to write down the query. Put it in a chat box. Hope you are trying. Question is clear or not? Yeah. What is the query? Okay. So nothing is there. See, first of all, identify a common column actually. This one. Is it or not? So you always do like this. First, okay. Don't try to write down here. Come to the from clause. These are the two tables. One is student. If possible, take the alias name. And another one is course. Okay. And take the alias name C. Then in the where clause, what we will do? Okay. S dot CID. Yeah. S dot CID equal to C dot CID, and what he is asking, you have to put a and actually. What he is asking, more than 50 marks actually. So that means here S dot marks greater than 50 actually. Okay. Then what we need here, roll number, comma, C name. Okay. So see, some of you given a condition like S dot marks greater than C dot course. Okay. See, this is marks column. How you will put a relation between these two? It's not meaningful, right? So here, for example, S dot marks is there greater than C dot course. Okay. Marks means 80, for example. Course means DS. Is it meaningful? No, right? So this query, this condition is wrong. Okay. Okay. So that is what this one. So now one more thing, if you see in the joins, okay. For example, here you see this part you see when you have to go for the alias name, select from table name is EMP E DEPT D. Now you can see here where clause. As usually, let us put a first of all condition. E dot DEPT number equal to D dot DEPT number. Right? Now let us come here. So here what I am doing is, you just see here EMP number, okay, and DEPT number, comma D name. Now let us run this one. What is your observation before running itself? What is your observation? This statement, whatever query I written. What is your observation?
It gives the only 3 columns.
Okay, that is fine. That is straightforward, right? In the select class, whatever columns is given, only those will come in the output. Fine, that is correct. But one more thing is there. Observe that there is a red color underline. Is it or not? For that reason, I came here. Okay. Let us.
Department number, table name you have to mention there.
Exactly. So you see, actually DEPT number, EMP number. See, these are all the columns in the both the tables. Is it or not? After join. Now, if you call, suppose you see suppose two classroom students, if you merge in one classroom, suppose there is a Ravi. Suppose Ravi is there only in one section. Okay. So you can call them simply Ravi. There is no ambiguity. There is no confusion. Suppose there is a Krishna. Krishna is there in the both the classes. One student there in the class one, Krishna, and another person is there in the class two. Now, when you merge them, if you ask Krishna, there is an ambiguity, right? Which class Krishna you are asking? Class 1 Krishna or class 2 Krishna? Simple thing, general understanding. If I run this one, system is going to have a ambiguity. Observe that. This is really very important. That is why you give an alias name E or D. From which table this DEPT number you want to print? Let us give E dot. Okay. Then now you can run. Now you see red color gone. Red underline is gone. So that ambiguity you cleared, so that compiler easily going to execute. So that is very important actually. When you are going for the multiple tables in the from clause, that means you are joining. Okay. So that is the simple discussion, theta join and equi join. Okay. Any questions here? Any confusion? Yep. Okay then. Okay, fine. Now, there is a concept natural join actually. Natural join is there in some database technologies like Oracle or MySQL, and some technologies it is not there. But anyhow, just try to understand, because for the in the interviews they may ask actually. So you see, natural join does not utilize any of the comparison operators. Okay, it is very simple. Don't worry about these points. Let us try to understand directly. See here. Then you read the points easily, you will understand. So student table, course table. Now in the from clause, if I just mention that student, say here carefully, natural join. I'm using the keyword natural join. I'm saying theoretically this concept with the course. Okay. I'm just leaving it and select star. Okay. Don't worry, all columns will come in the output, but you come the from clause actually. Student natural join. So here natural join is the keyword. Okay. So this is the keyword. And this is the table one, this is the table two. System internally, what it will do when you mention natural join is in the left side in this table, row column names it will take, and in this table column names it will take, whichever columns have same name, cid. Internally automatically it will put, okay, it will put condition automatically. You no need to write down explicitly that, for example, s and c you given s dot cid equal to c dot cid, it will put automatically internally actually. You no need to mention explicitly. Compiler will do that job actually when you mention natural join. That is really very important. Okay. So that is what, suppose if you know already that which tables you are joining and which columns are common in the sense not only the just name, in both the tables CID same name, it must be same name. Okay. And it must be same domain. That means the data type. If data type is different, how it will put a equal operator, right? So if these two are satisfying, then automatically it will put a condition actually. Okay. So that is what natural join concept. So that you can see here, this type of join attribute should have same name and domain. So just normal common sense thing. Okay. In natural join, there should be at least one common attribute actually. Is it or not? One common attribute. That means same name column must be there. It performs selection, forming equality. So that is what here. What is the condition it will put? Equal operator actually on those common columns. If you have more than one, okay. If you have more than one, then also if you have more than one, it will put like this, and whatever common column name is there upon those columns, it will put a condition actually. Got it or not? So that is what actually natural join. For the MS SQL, we have other ways actually. Those things we will see as we are moving. Right now, try to understand theoretically what is the natural join for the interview sake actually, especially. Okay. So hope here whatever is asking, this is clear. So here you can simply put a roll number, comma course. Okay. So course of a students, that means course name, C name. That's it, right? So it will put automatically internally the condition on the common columns, that is CID in both the tables. Okay. And one more thing here, one more condition is there. Who taken the course DS? That means for this you must write down a condition. Okay. If you need all the students, roll numbers and course names, this is enough. But for this part, you must add where clause, and in the where clause, C name equal to DS. Okay. Now what will happen? This condition already there, and this you are adding actually. We written this explicitly, and internally compiler will add this condition. Okay. That is what in case of natural join, not in other cases actually. Okay. So hope this is clear. Yeah, correct. You are correct. Now, so self join, as name implies, you see, till now you joined two tables, two different tables. Self means what? Same table you are joining. So that is what self join is, a join which is a table joined with itself. So it is also called unary relationship. Unary means one. So one table have itself actually a relation. Okay. Uh, that is what this we have a discussion in the last class especially. Is it? So foreign key referring in the same table primary key. Is it or not? So if you observe our EMP table, select star from EMP. So in the EMP table, MGR is a foreign key. Where is its source? Its source is in the same table EMP number. Is it or not? That is what we discussed, right? So this MGR referring primary key of the same table. Okay. We have many interview questions on this self-join part. Not basing on the self-join. That is one of the important query we will see actually. If I ask you that, this is homework, please note down carefully. Okay, if I ask you, uh, display every employee name, and his or her manager name. See carefully, this statement is not straightforward. By applying joins and doing some observation, very easily you can give the output. So logically work on this one. Okay. Display every employee name and his or her manager name. What does it mean? Come to the table. Suppose Smith is there. So Smith you have to display in the output. So Smith you have to display in the output. Okay, and his manager name is what? His manager number is 7902. Who is 7902? 7902, his name is Ford actually. So against to Smith, you must display Ford. That is what E name, manager name. Okay, so like that you must give the output for every employee. So similarly, Ln, if you take Ln manager is what actually is 7698. Who is 7698? Blake. So such a way you must give the output for 14 employees. How you will write down a query by using self join. Okay. So you see further. Yeah, that is what list each employee manager. Okay. So on the same table, you just work actually try to give the query by using self join. Okay. Any confusion on this part? Self join part. Is it clear or not? Okay, fine, no problem. Yeah. See, as name implies, okay. It is, see, actually till now giants you observed that in the from clause, table 1, you are joining with other table. Is it or not? These are the two different tables actually you are joining. And of course, you will put some condition. That is what actually you will put a some condition. Now, as name implies, self-joining means in the from clause, table 1 joining with the same table actually. Okay, that is what self-join. Okay, and of course, you must put a condition. Where clause, you must put a condition. So simply, if you are joining with the same table, that is the where clause actually. If you observe for better understanding of this concept self join, in our EMP table, we have a EMP number, E name. We have, of course, other columns. Let us take MGR column. Okay. So MGR, you are just giving the number actually. Okay. For employee number 1, who is the manager? For example, I given 5 and his name is ABC. So employee 1 manager is 5 actually. Who is 5? 5 is something else, XYZ. His manager may be some other person. Okay. Now what we are asking, employee number 1, employee name is ABC. Who is his? I am not asking his manager number, ID. I am asking his manager name. So 5, with 5 come here, his name is XYZ. So such a way we need output actually. So that is what employee name and manager name. So such a way we need the output. So for that, now that is what joining, that is what self join. So for that, what I will give the hint is, okay, you can see here. Select star from EMP E1. You are joining with EMP E2. Just you see here, I'm just executing 14 into, just tell me, if I run this one, how many number of rows it is going to return? Put it in a chat box. If I run this one, how many number of records it is written? We know one EMP table have 14 records. So overall, how many records it will return if this query I run? Nobody answered. 14 only. You didn't put any condition. Observe that. In the from clause, you just mentioned the same table 2 times. So what will happen? Yeah, total number of records. That means total number of rows I'm asking. Exactly. So that is what our yesterday's discussion, right? Is it? You can go back a little quickly. See here, this is what our discussion, right? One table have 14 records, another table have 4 records. When you simply join them, that means cross join number of records in first table into number of records in second table. Is it or not? All these things you must know clearly. Okay, logically. Is it clear? So that is what here happened. So in the EMP1, E1, 14 records, comma, when you write EMP E2, 14 records. So don't worry whether it is same table or different table. 14 into 14, whatever be the number. Okay. So it may be 14 fours are 196, right? So this many records it is going to return. Let us observe that. See here in this left corner, right bottom corner, 196 rows are returned. Basing on this output, try to put a condition here carefully. Your whole thing is placing a one simple condition in the where clause for this question, whatever I am asking. Got the point or not? So this is the question you need to answer. Okay. For that, 90% of the work I already put you in front of you. So this is the cross join. Now observe the data here and then carefully put a condition here. Then you will get the manager's names easily. Okay. So that is the homework. Any confusion first of all in this part? That is again regularly asked question, directly or indirectly. Maybe data may be different, table may be different, but the scenario is same. Okay. If it is in a different table, easily you can merge them by putting some condition. Now here it's not straightforward, but easy logically. The data is in front of you, right? Basing on that, you just think. Okay. Maybe let us see. Okay. Right. So hope this self join part is also clear. Very, very important thing, outer join. Let us try to understand this outer join theoretically. Simple discussion only. The SQL outer join returns all rows from both the participating tables which satisfy the join condition along with the rows which do not satisfy the join condition. Don't worry about the statement. Easily we will understand. Left outer join or simply you can call as left join. Right outer join or simply you can call as a right join, and full outer join. Okay. So left outer join, let us try to understand simple manner. Don't worry about this statement. We'll come back to that statement after understanding with the diagram. So you see, this is the table 1. Is it or not? And this is the table 2. That means they are, for example, student and course. So table 1 is student and this is the course. When you put a condition, some rows will satisfy the condition, some rows will not satisfy the condition. Whoever satisfy the condition, see carefully here. Whoever satisfy the condition, let me take whoever satisfy the condition, those are actually exist in the common part. For example, I written a condition like this from these two tables. So table 1 is, for example, student. Let me write. Select star from student table S left join. Okay. Course C on. So this is the keyword when you use the left join. Okay. On S dot CID equal to C dot CID. Don't worry about this part, let it be. Now you see S dot CID, this is match. So that means A is there in the both, is it or not? In the S and C, that means T1 and T2, that is what common part. Similarly B, similarly C, that's it. Is it or not? Of course, this is A. So that means these 4 records, that means not just directly those 4 records, actually, this CID, whoever satisfying the condition, those are there in the common part actually. Now, because you mentioned left, whoever not satisfied the left side table, that means this is the left table. Table 1 is the left table. That means here, student is the left table. Whoever's not satisfied the columns, those are also will come in the output. That means these 2 records not satisfied, right? But still, those are coming in the output actually. That is what left join. That means left side table, simply left side table, how many records you have, all of them are going to coming in the output, whether those are going to satisfy the condition or not. That is what left meaning. Okay. What about right? Whoever will satisfy, those only will come in the output. Got it or not? So that is what left join actually. Is it clear? So hope this is clear actually. So if you move further, now you can see this this one. So you see these are satisfying the condition. That is why those are coming in the output, because you see CID, this is S dot CID, C dot CID. S dot CID is equal, 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 equal. That is what you put a condition, right? But what about, you see here, these 2 are not satisfied, but still those are in the output. Now, when those are in the output, what about the fields CID, CID, CNAME? Those are very important. It will place the null value. Observe that. That is what simply left join. Left side table data you want totally in the output. In such cases, go for the left join. And right side data, whoever will satisfy the condition. That means whatever you written here. That's it, simple. So what we will do here is in the hands-on part. So I will do something, insert into EMP table. Values of so I'm just giving 111 and some Krishna, then job is clerk, then MGR is 7902, then hire date, I'm just taking randomly something. Okay, and then salary is for example 700, then commission is null, I am just mentioning. Department number, this is very important. Observe here, see, insert of course we didn't discuss it yet, but don't worry, this is the way to insert the data into the table actually. So here department number I am giving 50. Okay, suppose if I run this one, so before this 14 rows are there in the EMP table. Now after running this one row is affected, that means 1 row is inserted into the table. Now select star from EMP. You can see that new record also in the output. That is what this one. Okay. Now what I will do is I'm just changing another. I'm just placing another name, Ravi. Don't worry about other part. Here I'm giving the 60. Okay. And again I'm running so that one more record is inserted. Now you see here EMP table. So actually this part we need to change. Okay, let it be. Now if you observe that total 16 rows are there in the EMP table. Is it or not? Now let us come to our left join discussion. Okay, select star from EMP, select star from EMPE. See here, the keyword we are using for left join is left join. Okay, then right side table is DEPT. D. Now you have to put a condition. Actually, that is what on. Okay, so this on. Okay, like a condition we are writing in the where clause, right? Same thing here also. E dot on which you want to put a condition, DEPT number, right? E dot DEPT number equal to D dot DEPT number. Okay. Before running this one, what I want to do is let us observe other output, then easily we will understand. I am not putting a left join here. I'm just placing a comma. Then here instead of where on where I am placing. Now this output, first tell me how many number of records it is going to give as a output. Tell me. Now in front of you 16 rows are there in the EMP table, 4 rows are there in the DEPT table. If you want the DEPT table also I will display. Okay, please try to answer. Select star from DEPT. Okay, now if I run, total 4 rows are there in the DEPT and EMP table 16 rows are there. If I run this query, how many rows are going to get in the output? In your tool, you just observe and tell me. Why it is 16 into 4? Observe carefully in the where clause. We kept a condition. Think logically what is happening. Visualization is very important. Without data in the table, you are in a position to visualize how to write the conditions. Okay. Here observe that this is our normal join and we are putting some condition, Equi Join. So observe that data part you observe in the EMP table and in the DEPT table. Then how many rows it is going to return? 14. Yep. Now let us see. 14 rows are returned. But actually in the EMP table, how many rows are there? Select a star from EMP. Now I am running both the queries. You observe that. So you see the first query, 14 rows are there. This one. Then the second query, EMP table, right? 16 rows are there. Is it or not? See here, 16 rows. 14 plus 16, total. Yeah, it shown 30 actually. Okay, let us unselect. Yeah, now you can see 30 rows. Okay, now what is your observation? Last 2 rows, whatever we inserted recently, those are not satisfying with any other department actually, because 50 and 60 department is not existed in the DEPT table. Is it or not? That is why it is not coming. But if I run this query, don't confuse actually. Yeah, if I run this query, how many number of rows you are going to get? In the EMP table, two rows are not going to satisfy the condition, but still those are coming in the output. That is why first of all 16 rows came in the output, and you can see at the last. These two we inserted there, 50 and 60 not existed in the DEPT table. That is why under those columns you are getting the null value. That is what simply left join. Nothing is there. Is it clear? So hope meaningfully, logically it is clear. Right? Yeah. So if this is clear, what may be the right outer join? Now you can read this part. Easily you will understand. In SQL, left join. Specify the keyword left join and on actually. These two are the keywords you must use. And guarantee question in the interview. Okay. Joins two tables, fetches all matched rows. Observe that from the both the tables. Okay, whatever SQL expression, that means whatever condition you kept. Plus, not only that, rows from the first table, that means left table, do not match are also coming in the output. Okay, so that is what left join. Okay. Similarly, now you can guess what may be the right join. Tell me, what is the right join? Right side table. So that is what you can simply observe that the diagram. This diagram matched rows. That means condition satisfied rows. Common thing. And unmatched. This is unmatched part. This is unmatched part. These dots are unmatched part. Is it or not? So that means here there is no student with D and E. Is it or not? But because it is a right join, right side table, all data you want in the output, and left side, whoever matched. Hope now you got the clarity. Okay. That is what you can see now, quite opposite. Okay. So that is what in the hands-on part also you try to develop the query from the EMP table and the DEP table, and how many number of records it is returning, observe that. Tell me. So in case of this one, what is the output? What you are getting? So see here, let us develop the query. Observe that DEPT table especially, because DEPT we are placing right side, or observe both the records. Especially observe the 4 records are there, 4 departments, 10, 20, 30, 40. And observe that EMP table data, there is no employee with 40 actually. Is it or not? 40 department is there, but there is no employee under that department. Okay. Now if you write the query, select star from EMP, right, keyword is right, join. What is the right side table? DEP. Okay. So let us give alias name D, here also E. Okay. Now, what is the condition? On E dot DEPT number equal to D dot DEPT number. Now, if I run this query, what will happen? Of course, 14 records will satisfy the condition. So 14 will come. And right side table, one record is not satisfying with any other employee, but that must come in the output. Is it or not? So 14 plus this unmatched one, 15 rows must come in the output, right? So now you can see 15 rows are there. First of all, that 15th row you observe in the last. See here. Now you see where is the null. All these observations are very important. Left side columns, that means left side table, under those columns you have a null value. Right side table data is this one. You have a data, that is one row, right? So one row is there. Okay, so that's it. First of all, left join and right join. So very frequently, especially SQL interview or data engineer, anything related to database, definitely joins question will be there in the interview. Not only that, in the real time also, regularly you will use these things because uh, uh, regular requirement is actually this one, left join and right join, especially left join. Okay, because whatever data you need from which table, all the, if you want whole data from a particular table, okay, whether it is matched or not, always that table you are putting a left side. Okay, so that is what frequently used one is left join, then the right join. Actually right join, of course, you can use it. Okay, then now third one is full outer join. Now you can guess what is the output. Now I don't want to explain full outer join. Now on both the tables, if you put a condition with the full, like left or right with the full, how many number of rows it is going to return. So I would like to show you the Venn diagram. See here, common thing, matched rows. This is matched rows, always remember. Matched rows. Okay. This is what actually unmatched rows from table 1. Similarly, unmatched rows from table 2. Okay. So that is what you can observe the output also from these two tables. All rows will come in the output. All rows will come in the output from both the tables. But matched part, that means this one. 4 rows plus. Here, unmatched rows are 2. And here, unmatched rows are 2. Total 8 rows are coming. And in what way those are coming, just visualize in 1 minute. What way you are going to get in the output. Just please try to visualize, then see the output. Then you correct if it is wrong. See, as I'm continuously saying that visualization is really very important. In the real time, you are going to handle with the lakhs of records. So like in the EMP table, by seeing the data, you should not in a position to develop the query. Basing on the requirement and basing on the columns you have in the table, you should be in a position to develop the query actually. Okay. So now you can see what happened. So these are the matched rows, first 4. Yes. Now you see in the left side table unmatched. These are, that is what this one. And correspondingly in the right side table columns, you have a null values. Similarly, right side table unmatched rows. These will come separately from left side table unmatched, right side table unmatched, both will come separately actually. Don't think that they are going to merge it, okay, in the same row. Okay, so that is what you can see here. Same thing, select star from EMPE, I guess full join DEPT D on E dot DEPT number equal to D dot DEPT number. See, don't try to copy the query and don't try to change a required one. Okay. When you have enough practice, you can do that part. Okay. That is why every time I am intentionally typing, because you must familiar with the syntaxes also, right? So if I run this one, yeah, now you can see first 14 rows are matched rows up to here. Observe that. That means everywhere department number in both the tables is same. When you come to 15 and 16, those are existed only in the EMP table. That is why under the columns of the DEPT table, right side table, you have a null value. And the 17th row, right side table have the data which is unmatched. That means left columns, left table columns are null. Is it clear or not? So this is right outer join. Very, very important. Right outer join, you may use it, may not use it. Very, very frequently used one is left join. Why the left join you are using is left join, whatever table you want to place in the left side, whatever table data you need totally, whether it is matched or not. Simply that table you are putting in the left side. Only the point, that one, that is why you are using left join. Otherwise, left, right, both of them same. Okay. If you put a keyword right, accordingly it will do actual. Okay. Any confusion in this discussion? Left, right, full outer join. This is really very, very important one. Please confirm everyone. Is it clear or not? Next, we are going to see other very, very important thing. That is subqueries actually. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. Now what we will do is we will go to some other topic actually. All these things we already done. We'll come back to this. Okay, fine. So one topic we need to see actually. Let us just a minute. This slide I'm using for explaining some other thing. It's not aggregate function. So we are going to see insert operation actually. So we seen that DML commands, right? So DML commands insert, okay, update, delete actually. So that means you are dealing with the data actually. DML commands means manipulation. You are working with the data part. Of course, select is also there. Sometimes it is DQL, but pure theoretically it is DML. Okay. Don't worry about that, these names. So try to understand this part. So now let us see how you are going to insert the data into the table. Okay. So that is what insert command, if you see. Okay. So new row, that is what we seen right here. One simple how to insert. So this is what the thing we see. So many things are there in this. Let us observe all those things one by one. Keyword insert you will use, and then into is the another keyword. After insert you must use. Then the table name actually. So table name you must mention. Then values. Okay. So before that, let me take another one, new window. So here you see insert into. So table name you must write down here. What is the table name? EMP. Okay. Now the keyword values. In this values braces, you must mention the values what you want to insert in the table actually as a new row. Come here EMP table EMP. For example, select star from EMP table. If I run this part, in front of you, all the columns are there. Just for column assistance, I taken this query. So EMP number, E-name, job, MGR, hire date, sal, commission, DEPT number. Come to here, values. So in the same order, that means in the same order means when you are creating this particular table, in which order you define the columns. Okay. In the same order, you are providing the data actually. Let it expand, or otherwise same order. I'm just showing here. So you can see here columns. If you see EMP number, so first value is EMP number you have to provide. For example, 999. Then what is there? E name next. That means this is the, when you are creating a table, yesterday we seen, right, how to create a table. At that time, this is the order you mentioned. So in the same order, you are providing the data also. That is really very, very important. Okay. So E name, for example, Ramu I given. Okay. Ram. Then what is their next job? So for example, salesman. Okay. Then MGR is there. Who is the MGR? Let us give randomly existing one, 7369, first one. Assume Smith is the manager for him. Now hire date. So hire date, let us take from here instead of typing something. Okay, that is the timestamp actually. That part we will see separately. Then salary. So let us give $2,000. Then commission is, for example, 100 I am giving. Then the department number 10. So you see here, how many rows are, how many columns are there in the table? After in the values braces, in the same order, that many values you must provide. If I remove this 10 and if I try to run this part, what will happen? Let us observe first. What happened? Just read this, try to understand. Column name or number of supplied values. That means here how many values you are supplying? 7. Total columns are 8. Does not match table definition. So in the table definition, you have total 8 columns, but in the values, you provided 7. Is it clear or not? So that is why it is not allowing. It should match to your number of columns in the table actually. That is what, comma 10. Now if I try to run this one, what will happen? Observe. Yes, you see one row is affected. Let us check that row. See at the end. See, Ramu is there in the data table actually. Now what we will do is another experiment. This one, 999. Instead of 999, what I am giving 999. See, EMP number is a numeric type, number type. But I am giving some string type actually, varchar. So that means I am giving ABC, something randomly you can. Now let us try to run this one. What will happen? So you can see error converting data type varchar to numeric. So you see data type also should match. Got the point or not? Here ABC is a varchar, that means a string. But the first one, that means first column EMP number is a numeric type. So automatic conversion is also not possible, right? Because it is a string. So that means it should match to the data types also, in which order you are mentioning. One thing is, in the same order, you must specify the values and their domains must match, and the number of values must match to number of columns. That is the very first thing when you are inserting the data, you must observe. Is it clear or not? Okay. So that is why now 222 if I give, of course it will take. But what I am doing here is, I'm just swapping though. So I'm just taking this as a 20 and this as a 70. Tell me, is it going to allow? Is it going to insert this row? 4 twos row, is it going to insert? Is it going to insert or not? Will it allow? It will allow. Okay. Why? Don't think that the data you don't think 70, is it a department number or not? Don't worry. 20. 20 means which one? This is a seventh value. Seventh value means seventh column is column. Seventh column is commission, COMM. It's a numeric type. Yes, you are supplying numeric type data. So it will allow happily. Got it or not? So that is one thing. We have another ways also. And this is one thing actually. Is it clear? Now, now let us take one more point. Of course, many things are there in this insert also. Let us see one more point, then we will close for today. Suppose if I take, I think 4 twos we didn't insert it. Now let us take here some names. Okay, same data I'm just giving. Now, suppose if you have more than one value, more than one row you want to insert. If you have more than one row to insert in the database, at that time, what you have to do? So you can see here what I am going to do. You simply give comma, then insert one more row here. That's it. So here I am just editing for simply give his name like whatever. Madhav. Okay. Salesman, other data I'm just putting. Okay. Like that. How many number of rows are there? That many number of rows you can simply give comma at the end. That is what you can observe that yesterday I sent the script for the DEPT table. So DEPT table script is like this. But at the last column, last row should not have a column, comma. Now if I run, you can see two rows are affected. Let us check those two. So you see last 18 and 19th row. So whatever you inserted now, that is there in the database, in the table. Okay. Any confusion in this inserted discussion? See, in the middle, where it is inserting, you no need to bother. That will take care actually. So middle means you want to get it in between. This is just the output. Okay. So maybe sometimes it will display just in which order we inserted. If you want to change the order, you can go for the order by or something actually. So display, don't worry actually. And it is not possible to insert the data at the middle. Okay. If you want to insert at the middle, you need to adjust other data. What does it mean? See here. For example, there are 10 students already seated. For example, some number of students are already seated. Okay. Now there is a new student came. Okay. This new student sitting where is easy actually? Wherever empty place. If you want to insert in this position, what you have to do? You have to shift these three students, right? One position so that this new student will come here. But this adjustment is very costly. That means already data is stored in the database. If you want to insert any row in between, that means this data you must move to some other place. That is not recommended actually. Of course, that is not required also. Okay. Is it clear? It will place here and there. It will have some policy actually, but whenever you are retrieving, it will show you everything. Okay. Internally, it is going to have some other concepts like indexes. Okay. Storing techniques it is going to have. Okay. So that also we will see, indexes we will see at some point. Okay, is it clear? Yeah. So I given already one simple question, that is, try to display every employee name and his or her manager name. And another query, another homework is, see here every data you are inserting. Assume right now, I have only EMP number. For example, one employee came. I know his EMP number, E name, but you didn't assign his designation, job, under which whether he is a salesman or clerk or analyst or whatever, you didn't assign. Okay, so we know his salary. Only these three values I want to insert it, actually. What you will do at that time? Just to Google it, try to find out its solution. Okay, that means sometimes you are not going to insert all the columns data. 8 columns are there and you don't have 8 columns data. So whatever I asked for that, the simple solution is, for example, 444, e name we have something. Okay, salesman. So here you can place null like this also. Null, null. Correspondingly, you can place nulls. Okay, that means 8 values will be there. Wherever data is not available, in those places you can place null. So salary is which one? This one. From the last third one. That means these are 5. So salary is 1000. For example, in other places I can place null values. Okay, so this also will work. Got the point or not? But I don't want in this manner. Only these three values I want to display. That may insert 4 fours, ABC, 1000 only I want to mention in the values part. So for that, what we will do? Okay, check that. Okay, these two are the homeworks. Please work on that. Of course, anyhow, we will see tomorrow. Okay. So any doubts? Okay. So if you don't have any doubts, then that's all for today. So let us meet tomorrow. And very, very important before closing, tomorrow also, see, whatever till now is one way of discussion, just basics. Now onwards, actual real-time scenarios to improve your logical thinking. Okay, so we are going to discuss. Like today we seen joins. Okay, then tomorrow sometime we will discuss the insert part, update and delete, DML commands. Then after that, subqueries we are going to discuss. And especially in the subqueries are there in the MS SQL, MySQL, and Oracle or any other database technology. But in the MS SQL, we have a concept called CTE, Common Table Expression. Very frequently we are going to use in real time. So basing on the time, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, next class, we will discuss actually. So don't miss the next classes also in the same manner. Okay. So hope everything is clear. So if there is no doubt, then that's all for today. Let us meet tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Then good night. Bye bye.